Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel Tinland Crossing. My name is Starling, and I'm super excited to share my first video with you all. So I decided to share an island tour of the first island I ever did, which I've called Mavera. In the beginning, I actually planned on making a JUNGLECORE island, but as you will see, I didn't quite manage to actually stay with that theme. I think it was, first of all, because it was my first island ever. I didn't know what I was doing, if I'm honest. I didn't understand that I'd first have to collect all the items I need to actually make a JUNGLECORE island, so it turned out to become something else. So, as every island tour, I think I should show you guys my map. So as you can see, there's a lot of terraforming going on, especially with water in the top part of my island. There's a big waterfall, there's a big canyon, and yeah, you guys will see what else there is on my island when I show you the theme. There is another character on this island. That is my little sister. She said she also wanted to play a bit Animal Crossing, so I made her a character. She put up her tent, and yeah, that was it. Nothing else happened. And you can also see my other villagers on this island. I really like all of them and miss them quite a lot. So yeah, let's start with the tour. So this is the entrance I made. I actually made it twice. The first thing I did not like at all and tore it down, and that's why we're stuck with the second one. I'm saying stuck, but I do like it. So I'd suggest you guys walk up to the resident services and actually pick up the present and open it, not drop it like I just did. Because if you open it, you'll find a ladder, and that ladder is super helpful to visit a few of my builds. And also, I'm pointing out to the Monstera. I really love Monsteras. I've got one of my own, and I added that to the entrance because I felt it was a very important part of myself, because those are one of my favorite plants. So yes, I'm showing you the whole entrance with a bit of a different angle so you can see what is going on. I've got a little bit of waterscaping. It's not a very special entrance, but I did think building an entrance was very difficult, and I'm happy with how it turned out. So if we go to the left first, we have to wade our way through this little jungle of coconut trees, and we end up at our first villager's home. That is Whitney's house. I thought her exterior was very bright and fun, and with that blue and white, I felt like it would match the ocean pretty well, and I decided to put her on the beach. So in my imagination, she's a bit extra and actually also would have a little whirlpool outside on the beach just to bathe there. And as it's a beach house, I decided to stay with that theme and added a few beachy items. Also, those coconut juices, and overall I'm very happy with that build. Right behind Whitney's house we have an apple. No, not an apple. Right behind Whitney's house we have an orchard. My favorite part of this orchard is the fact that it is huge. As you can see, there are a lot of trees, and walking through those trees just makes me unbelievably happy, and I enjoy being in there. So you can see me walking inside, and let me show you with another camera angle. There are so many trees and it's so pretty. I even made a little reading area in the orchard. I just imagine it would be so nice to come here and read a book, enjoy the life, the island life. I've got some cute signs over there. So when we walk back, there is an entranceway. Well, not an entranceway, a path leading to a music section. So we have the resident services right next to us, and this area in front of us is kind of a music recreational area, I guess. So in my imagination, there's a small band of 4 people playing there, and there are people, and people can sit there and listen. Right next to it is Curly's house. I really love Curly, and he's a jock, so of course I had to give him some kind of sporty stuff for his exterior. And also in my imagination, you will see later on that his house is right in front of the botanical garden I made on my island, and my imagination currently as a jock likes gardening because it's also physical work. So when we pass that lone stone hanging over there, we will actually reach the beginning of the path of the botanical garden. So one thing I would like to share with you is actually that this build was inspired by a vacation I had with my family in Italy. So we went to a botanical garden which had a winding path, as you can see in my build, and it was filled with so many flowers, and I absolutely loved it. And I thought I wanted to recreate it in Animal Crossing. So I thought I would do some kind of rainbow botanical garden. And I have to say, it was a pain getting all those different flowers, especially because I didn't have all the colors and had to go to friends' islands to get them. But in the end, I have to say I'm very happy with this build, and it is one of my favorite builds on this island. And all of those colors just made me so incredibly happy. So you can see me walking past the last part. And then we shall actually cross. Oh no, we're going back. Why am I going back? I don't know. I went back. We shall ignore that. But then there's a log bridge, which we shall cross hopefully soon. Yeah, I'm walking slow-mo here. I guess so you guys get a good look of what's going on. So yes, if you cross that bridge, we actually get to a lake I built. Like on the top, you can see the lake. And as that little spot marks a viewing point where you can just hang out and enjoy the lake, I guess. And if we go back towards the left a bit, oh, by the way, about the bicycle there, I just thought, or in my imagination, somebody decided to visit the lake, parked their bike, and just went off. So yes, when I go to the left, you can actually see the teddy bear playing a board game, which introduces us to the theme of the exterior of the next villager's house. So even though Phil is walking around, it's not Phil's house, it's Broccolo's house. That blue mouse is one of my favorite villagers. He's so small and so cute. I love him. And as a lazy, well, no, his hobby is to play, so that's why I decided to give him a lot of toys and just overall a very cheerful outside. And he even has a little laundry line to hang up his laundry. And as a lazy, he loves bugs, so I gave him that bug cage you could get in that event in June or July with Flick. And there are also a few bugs on the floor if you look at them closely. I extended that playful theme a bit to the left as well, leading to the beach. Especially the soccer table is something I personally enjoy playing, so I really wanted to incorporate that on my island. And I love that the interaction you have with that item. Now, behind Broccolo's house, I thought, well, he likes to play, so let's make a playground. And that is exactly the build we're looking at now. So there's a left path you can take. You can see there's a lot of toys which I tried to clutter all around. There's a sand pit, and you can also see I tried to incorporate the jungle theme with the animals here. So we've got flamingos, the elephants, and the zebra. And back there, when I walk towards the back, you can see there's a small swing, which I felt was also fitting, as there's no really swing item as something you'd find on a playground in this game. Back to the playground, like lower below, you can see my museum. We will go visit that place later on. But first I want to show you what's to the right, and that is a little soccer field I made. So I think first things first, you may notice there is a stone in the middle of my soccer field. So in general, I did want to go with a bit of an overgrown look, that's why the weeds are there. But I forgot to remove that stone before I saved the dream address, and now the island is deleted, and that stone shall stay here forever. So I guess the kids playing on this playground just have to make sure that they don't accidentally fall over that huge stone. There's also a little basketball court over there. And if we walk back down and right to Broccolo's house, there's another small viewing point. And here is Broccolo. I didn't notice him. Perfect. So he also shows his face. But yes, if we walk back and basically around the river, we get to Kiki's place. Now, I said Broccolo is one of my favorite villagers. I mean, look at him, how cute he is. But Kiki, I mean, she's a cat, and I love cats, so I think Kiki is also in my top tier villagers. Now, Kiki's personality trait is a normal, and she kept on talking about books, so I thought I'd actually give her an outdoor library. Is that a good idea if rain falls onto all the books and makes them soggy and wet? Probably not, but we will ignore that. That is Animal Crossing, I guess. So I made her this little reading area, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. As you can see, there's a little coffee cup with a fish on it. I thought Kiki as a cat would enjoy it. There's some cat grass, I guess, so she has a little snack while reading. And you can also see that there sorry, and you can also see that there's that figure, that human figure, which is a bit of an homage to myself as I study medicine, and I thought it would be fun to integrate that into the game as well. Now, if we walk to the left of Kiki's house, we have some sort of chasm, I guess, to walk through, and then we get to the museum, which we could see from the playground. Now, I never really donated much stuff to the museum. I actually wanted to keep it as a tent, but then I later found out that you cannot move that tent, and it was placed very close to the entrance and was just in the way, so I was forced to upgrade it, but I didn't go full way. And I think it kind of matches the surroundings. I think I like the brown, though I would have preferred the tent. Now, if we go to the left, there's a kind of rock, viewing rock maybe, which is the extension of the museum. So there's a telescope there, and also the rocket, and a street lamp. Now, I don't know why I put that street lamp there. I think the idea was to add some vertical height. I know it's like theme-wise, one could wonder why is there a street lamp on a rock, but it's there. And I decided to take the second rock and add it as an extension to the museum as well. So this is basically a kind of fun fair, which is associated with the museum. So there are some magic tricks, some snacks, and just you can have a good time here. Then I just skip forward to Kiki's house, and we can take those little stepping stones. And then we actually get to one of my favorite parts of the island. And this is the first terraforming build I really did. So this was the first big project I did, and I want to show you the map. So these are the waterfalls. It took me so long to build all of those cliffs and all of those waterfalls. It took me very long also because I didn't know what I was doing. I kept destroying the things I just built, and it was very frustrating. But I really love the depth I was able to create with this build. And with all those trees in the background, I feel like you really have a nice view from here. And if you come visit, you will also see that it's pretty loud here. The water is flowing, and I just love being here. So you can only see one part of the waterfall. It actually extends way further than that, and I will show you that right now. But first, I want to cross that little bridge, because if you do, you can see that there's a little sphinx. That was also, I felt like a sphinx would match with JUNGLECORE. I don't know why, but I think it's pretty fun if you walk over the bridge and see the sphinx. And as you can see, we were walking a bit towards the right, and the waterfall is still not finished. So as I said, it is a really big build. And because I like that build so much, I decided to place my house right next to it. Now I won't be going inside the house in this video. I have this decorated it, so if you do decide to visit, please have a look. And this is Red's Beach. I am just running away in embarrassment because I forgot to decorate it, but oh well. Oh well. I didn't have Red anyway on this island because I never donated to the museum, so I guess it does not matter. Now here we have the shopping district. I made this little design here. I know the word shops is a bit too much to the left, but I couldn't be bothered to put it to the right. But even if the alignment is not nice, I'm happy with it. I made it myself. It's okay if it's not perfect. So next to Nook's Cranny, there's just a little storage area with all those carton boxes. And we have Able Sisters. And fun fact, that dress right in front of Abel's is a design I made myself. And I think that dress design is really cute. And I'm happy how it turned out. Now, next to Abel's, there's a little pathway. And if you follow that, you actually end up at a small pumpkin patch I made. Sadly, all the pumpkins were orange. And if you hop over, you actually get to the tent of my sister who wrote, "Hi, my dudes." I didn't know or didn't remember that that was her greeting. So yes, as she's a camper, I basically gave her some camping materials right outside. So she's got a little cooker and a place to do her laundry and hang it up. And right behind her tent, there is a small Seaside Cafe. So you can come up here to the desk or the check if you've made a reservation, because there aren't many tables. And I hope that the Seaside Cafe is very popular because the view is amazing if you sit there. So, yes, especially these two chairs have the best view in my opinion. And not gonna lie, in real life, I would love to sit here and have a coffee. So if we walk back to the shopping district, there's one area I want to show you behind Nook's Cranny, and for this, the ladder is very convenient, because if you climb up here and ignore the ferocious tiger right there, you actually get to a very pretty viewing point for the waterfalls. And with the sunset lighting, I have to say, I really, really love it. And all those trees and those tiki torches, it's a very dimensional build. And I still think this is one of the best builds I've ever done. And it's kind of sad I peaked with my first build, but it was a lot of fun to do that, and I really like it. So if we walk down here, I quickly want to show you what happens on the left. If you go to the left, you actually end up at the lake again. That bench there is very cute, but sadly not functional, as you cannot reach it and sit on it. But it looked good, okay? It looked good, so I kept it there. I also decided to go with a little picnic area because somehow every island has a picnic area, and I also wanted to make one. And now there's another stepping stone, which I did not take. Okay, we will go there later on. So if you cross that diagonal bridge and follow the path of the red flowers, we end up at resident services. And yeah, that was one circle, and now we should go to the right. And I can show you the rest. So one thing I made here, and that was actually the last thing I did, was this little pumpkin area, all Halloweeny. So I finished my island around Halloween of 2021 and had that area left, and I really liked all of those Halloween items. I thought they were so fun with all that lighting. So that's why I tried to cram in as much Halloween stuff as I could into that corner. And if we go right here now, you can see that this is the place for the campsite. I decided to surround it by flowers, so I hope the person staying in there doesn't have any allergies or something, because that wouldn't be fun. So yes, they also have a huge fire pit right in front of the camping area, and a picnic blanket, some snacks, and overall a nice place to go to. I think I would love camping here. Now, if we go and take this bridge, we end up in a small neighborhood, I guess. So there are a few houses here. The first one is Ike's house. I don't know if you have seen his interior, but he's got some kind of workshop going on, so I decided to extend that and expand that to the exterior. Sorry, I took it outside. And so he's got a workbench, some um, projects he's working on. In my imagination, he's fixing up that old film camera. And here we have a cat themed outside because yet another cat is here on the island, and that is Pearl. And as a cat, she's got her kitty litter box outside our house. I haven't seen her do her business here, and I hope I never do. But this is Pearl's house. And if we go to the left, you can see that there's snow. And I know it's a bit controversial, but I have a penguin on my JUNGLECORE island. That is Hopper. I don't remember how he came to my island, but he stuck around and I kind of liked him. So I decided I'd just make sure that he can keep cool all the time. And that's why he actually has an ice cream shop and sells ice cream and eats most of it so he himself can stay cool and not die of heat because, he's a penguin on a jungle island. So after that, there's yet another villager home which I would like to show you guys. But before, here's a small overgrown volleyball patch. And this is Phil's house. As you can see, I've surrounded Phil's house by water, so it looks like he has his own private island on this island. And his dream is to become a fashion designer, and that's why I made him there's that clothing item outside, that kimono. Here we have our port, and I really love that crab item. I think it's so funny that you have a huge, gigantic crab on the beach. And here's a little some piratey stuff which I thought looked cute on the dog, but I did not decorate it that much. Now if we walk up here, I have a lighthouse which I added and I fenced it in. Now the fencing is not the prettiest. I think if I had to redo it, I would use another kind of fence. But oh well, it is what it is. Now, if we take this wooden plank path to the left, we end up at another villager's house, and that is Poppy's house. I really loved his house exterior. I think it's very pretty. And Poppy being a lazy, I thought it would be fitting if he had a restaurant. And as you can see by the pizza slice that is on the bottom, this is a pizza restaurant. I'm guessing somebody wasn't careful while eating and that pizza slice fell on the floor and now it's just staying there forever. So here you can see I've got a little coffee machine, a menu, you can see a pizza. There's of course also the brick oven with the pizza item in it. So fun fact, when I built that brick oven, I actually didn't know that it opened, and I also didn't know that there would be a pizza inside. And then I placed it in this build, opened it by accident, and was so delighted to find a pizza. And here you can see me wearing a dress I designed myself. And yeah, also my outfit is not very JUNGLECORE, so I don't know. I don't know where I went with that JUNGLECORE theme. And yes, I got distracted by seeing myself. But this area is just a little outside sitting area, like a romantic dinner at the beach or something like that. And if you walk further, you can see that there's a small microphone here and some musical instruments. And this is the private concert area for Peanut. Peanut really dreams of becoming a pop star, so I felt like it would be fitting if she had an area where she could actually show off her singing. I've never heard her singing. Maybe she's not good at singing, we don't know, but she has a place to follow her dreams. Also, I felt like making everything pink around her house would just be fitting. If we follow the beach further along, we will get to a rock, and I just decided to make a flamingo rock here. I really love those flamingos and really wanted to incorporate them somewhere else. So there's that small beach rock with flamingos. Now here we are in my second big build I did, and that is this canyon. I gotta say, I thought the first build with the waterfalls took me long, but this canyon, I think I worked on it for at least 6 hours. Like pure game time with this canyon, at least 6 hours, if not more. I took a lot of trials and errors to figure out how I could do this. And then, of course, building all those cliffs took quite a while. But I have to say, this build is so beautiful. And especially with these new camera angles, I feel you could really appreciate how good it looks. And here you can see me trying to take a picture, and somehow I managed to click 2 pictures while my eyes were closed. Don't know how I did that, but yes. This canyon is also a very fun spot to take pictures in. So I have taken pictures of me doing yoga here. And overall, just enjoying sitting in the flowers, I guess. I'd highly recommend visiting the canyon and also switching to the first-person camera angle, because that is also very fun. So as you can see, this was the first time I actually tried out these new 2.0 angles, and I was having a bit of fun with it. And now we are at the end of my little island tour. As I mentioned in the beginning, it isn't quite a junglecore theme, but I do think it's quite natural and it kind of has those vibes, a bit at least. So if you stuck around for almost those 30 minutes, thank you for staying here and listening to me babbling. If you enjoyed my chattering and would love to see more, maybe subscribe to my channel, you would make my day. And leave a like or comment. If you have any tips or tricks, I'd be glad to hear them, because this is my first video, so I have no clue what I'm doing. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching and have a nice day. Bye!